Welcome everybody to my floor, where we will be doing a dramatic reading of My Adventure with Green Day. Is a fan fiction that was included in the Kerplunk lyric booklet, and it's an absolute trip. So we're just gonna read this. It won't be too long. This will just be one video, but I hope you guys enjoy. My Adventure with Green Day by Laurie L. Dear Diary, I still can't believe it. Me, Laurie L., the plainest, most boring girl at Pinole Valley High School. The girl that all the boys bark at when I walk by. The girl whose mother wouldn't even let her go to a New Kids on the Block concert because there's often bad elements at those rock concerts, dear. I got to go on a 4-day tour with my local heartthrobs, Green Day. Man, I wish. Little did I know that when I entered Win a Dream Day with Green Day contest in the Tiger Beat magazine, my lame-o brother calls it Puberty Beat, but what does he know? I can't read this. He's probably a homo anyway, Jesus Christ. That I, out of the millions of Green Day fans in America, would get picked. The day that letter arrived was the happiest day of my life, but before I could get too excited, I realized I had a big problem. My parents! I knew they'd never let me go with a rock band for even one night, let alone 4 days. So for once I decided not to put up with their crap. I wasn't sure what to do, so at school the next day I went around to all the weirdos and asked them what they would do. See, I figure people who have blue mohawks and only come to school when they feel like it and make those gross magazines with naked pictures in them must have figured out a way to handle their parents. So I went to this guy, Eggplant. Boy, I feel sorry for him. His parents must have really hated him to name him something like that. And he looked at me. You really want to go on tour with Green Day? And I said, oh yeah, I'd die to go on tour with Green Day. And he looked at me kind of funny and said, yeah, but would you kill? I thought he was joking, but I wasn't sure. Then I looked at his beady little eyes piercing deep into my soul and knew he wasn't. I thought, what the hell, you only go around once, might as well go for it, blah, blah, blah. So as I said, all kind of horse and everything, yeah, I guess I would. And then he said, then the one you should talk to is Claude. Oh my god, I had heard of Claude. He's so evil that he's practically satanic. He dropped out of school in 8th grade and all he ever does is take drugs and read weird books and molest little girls. Jesus Christ. I was always afraid to even look at him. But I had gone too far to stop now. After school, instead of going home, I went to Telegraph Avenue in Berkeley, where all the scummy people hang out, and sure enough, there was Claude. He looked all perverted, and was smoking cigarettes, and all these girls were standing around him like they wanted him to do bad stuff to them. Jesus Christ. What is this? But they got out of the way when they saw me coming, and Claude wasn't mean or dirty or anything. He was actually kind of nice. He said, my friend Eggplant tells me you have a problem. I said 2 problems, actually. 2 really big ones. Parrots, The thought... There's a staple in the way, I'm just going to skip that line. He handed me a brown bottle and it was full of pills. How many of these should I take, I asked him. He laughed, kind of heh-heh-like. No, you don't take them. They do. Your parents. You just drug your parents. Oh no, I said, my parents wouldn't take drugs. They're Christian Scientists. You look like a smart little girl. I bet you can figure something out. And you know what? He was right. I did. The night I offered help my mother with dinner. Then, when she was looking, I emptied all of Claude's capsules into the mashed potatoes. Then said I didn't feel like eating and went upstairs and listened to all my Green Day records 5 or 6 times. After a while, I stuck my head out the door. Yuck, I heard my father saying. These are the worst mashed potatoes I've ever tasted in my life. Then cook your own goddamn dinner, you lazy scumbag. I'm not your slave. Jesus. I was surprised. My mother didn't usually swear. My dad said, I'm not going to eat these. They taste like, this is a family-friendly channel. But my mother yelled at him, you eat these potatoes or I'll dump them over your head and shove the dish up, family-friendly channel. Shh, he said, Laurie will hear you. She's asleep, the stupid little, family-friendly channel. I swear, I don't know how any daughter could be such an idiot. I bet the babies got switched at the hospital. Now, she's just a bit slow. What is going on? Yeah, and I wonder who she gets it from. Are you going to eat those potatoes? My dad always tells what my mom tells him. I even heard him scraping the bowl. After a while, I heard a clunk and a crash from the whole dining room table fell over. I went downstairs and they were both flopped on the floor, like totally dead. It was pretty weird. I realized that I'd better do something before my brother came home, because I didn't have enough pills to get rid of him too. Luckily, we have a brand new garbage disposal, so I took a butcher knife and cut Mom and Dad into pieces and put them down the garbage. Yeah, they weren't kidding when they said kill. Okay. It took a long time and it was kind of messy, but I kept singing my favorite Green Day songs and it made the work easier. What is happening? Oh my god. The only trouble was the bones wouldn't go down the garbage disposal, and now I was getting nervous because my brother would be home any minute. Then I got an idea. I gathered up all the bones and carried them out to the backyard and threw them over the fence's neighbor's pit bull. He was so happy he didn't even bark at me. Then my brother came home. "Where's Mom and Dad?" he asked. They went away to, Utah." "Utah? Why the hell would they go there?" I think they decided to become Mormons or something." He looked at me kind of weird and then went upstairs to his porno pictures. I went to my room and started packing my bags. The next morning, I was at the airport, my own private jet waiting for me. And you know what? It was all painted green. And on the side of it said, "Welcome aboard Laurie L. Green Day Tour 90. So I went on the plane, and I was the only passenger. And all the stewardesses just waited on me. And we listened to Green Day records all the way to Arizona, where the tour was going to start. When I got there was a limo. A green limo, of course. Man, Green Day in the 90s was tacky. Waiting for me. And the guy in the top hat opened the door for me. And when I got to the back seat, there they were. All three of them. Billy, Joe, Mike, and Trey. I was so excited I didn't even know where to sit. I mean, I didn't know which one was going to sit next to first. So I sat in between Billy Joe and Trey. They both started talking to me, and I didn't know which one I liked best because they were both so nice. But then I decided I liked Billy Joe better because Trey kept singing these rap songs that had a lot of bad words in them. In fact, I was surprised they let him be in the band because I didn't think Green Day ever said swear words. Well, well, they did in that one song, Knowledge, but that was only because it was written by that other band, Operation Ivy, who I heard were a bunch of punk rockers. Yeah, that's not Green Day. I love this so much. Then we went to a show at this place called the Hippie Core, and there were all these people with long hair standing around eating vegetables and stuff. It was kind of icky. But the worst thing was when I found out some other bands were going to play too. I got really mad and said, "Why can't Green Day just play for the 3 hours? Why do you have to have these other stupid bands?" Everybody told me to be quiet, and the other bands were good too. But they weren't. I mean, they weren't Green Day. They didn't even have any songs I could sing along to. So I just kept yelling, "Boo! You're terrible! We want Green Day!" Till some punker girl told me to shut up or she would rearrange my face with her bottle opener. I wonder if she was just trying to be friendly. Then I decided she wasn't, so I went outside to wait for my heroes. But when they finally played, it was worth everything. Billy sang every one of my favorite songs, and then right in the middle of Disappearing Boy, he stopped and said, "I'd like to dedicate this song to our special friend Laurie L., who came down from Pinole to be with us here today. She's just so beautiful and nice. Gosh, I know if she was my girlfriend, I'd never disappear again." That's the worst thing I've ever read. Oh my god. That's when I fainted. When I woke up, the show was over and they were packing up the equipment. I said, "Billy Joe, did you really mean what you said on stage?" And he looked at me all sincere and said, "You know it, babe, but our love can never be, because I already belong to another. Besides, you're too young and innocent for the life of rock and roll wife. Take my advice, go back to Pinole and finish high school. Someday you'll make some lucky man very happy." "But Billy, I'd do anything to be with you. I already did. I killed my parents just so I could be with you tonight." But he just laughed and said, "Really? Killed your parents, huh? It's pretty cool." Then we all got in the Green Day tour bus to drive to Los Angeles. I was pretty excited because I never was in Hollywood before. I had a map of all the movie stars' houses and everything. But we didn't see any movie stars, just a bunch of boys with big hairdos and women that Trey said were prostitutes. I never knew whether to believe him or not. He's just kind of mean, you know. Alright, all the Trey cool hate in this fan fiction is intense. I'm starting to think that maybe he's just my least favorite member of Green Day. Was this actually written by a Laurie L, or did they just hate Trey? Because he kept singing that horrible Ice Cube songs that goes family friendly channel killa, family friendly channel killa. Besides, when I asked him for his autograph, he said I would talk to his agent, and when I asked who his agent was, he started to unzip his pants. Jesus Christ! So I screamed, and Billy and Mike told Trey to behave, and he did after that. And even though I thought they would tie him up or something until he got to the next show, but Mike said a lot of drummers are like that. Their brains are just rattled around too much from all that pounding. Oh my god. Then you know what? I saw Billy and Mike drinking out of beer bottles. I was shocked because they're not even 21. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. They are not 21. In fact, they're only 18, so I asked them what was the big idea, but Billy took me aside and whispered, "Listen, you only have to keep this a secret, but there really isn't beer in these bottles." "There isn't?" I asked, with no question mark. "No, it's really milk. Everybody in Green Day likes milk best of all, but the thing is we drink it out of beer bottles because if we don't, people will make fun of us and say we're sissies." I want to know if in this story they were actually drinking milk, or Billy is lying to Laurie, because both of those could be funny. Then I understood, and I felt so sorry for the boys. Peer pressure is such a terrible thing. At the show in Hollywood, I even got to stay backstage and everything. But just when the boys were ready to play, there was a knock on the dressing room. "It must be our deli tray," everyone said, but it wasn't. It was the police! Oh my god! I jumped in front of the officers and said, "Wait, don't arrest Green Day." "It's not beer in those bottles, it's really just milk." He looked at me and said, "Is it now? And your name wouldn't happen to be Laurie, is it, little lady?" And I said, "That's my name, don't wear it out." "Then we'll just have to ask you to come with us." "What do you mean?" I screamed. "Are you crazy? Green Day is going to start playing any minute now." But he said, "Sorry, it can't be helped." And they took me in the back of the police car and handcuffed me and everything. And then I thought, oh god, I wonder if this has anything to do with my parents. Sure enough, it did. The stupid pit bull dragged out one of my dad's collarbones in the yard, and the owner found it and called the police. So I didn't get to see the rest of the tour, but I had to go to court and everything, and now I'm in jail, and I might not get out until the year 2019. Oh my god, that was last year. Yo, Laurie L is out of jail. That's epic. Man, I wonder what Laurie L is doing nowadays. Oh well, everyone's pretty nice here, and they just let me listen to my Green Day tapes. But they all ask me, was it worth it? Killing your parents just so you could go on a tour with Green Day? If you ask me, yes. And I just smile, a deep, knowing smile, because I've seen and done things that they'll never experience. Not if they live to be 100. And I say, of course it was. After all, everyone gets two parents. But there's only one Green Day. I hope you guys enjoyed that dramatic reading. If you want more, comment down below. Check out my TikTok in the description. Have a nice day.